Hello YouTube! So, it's been a while since I've posted. This video is to show all the changes and what I've been up to for the past many months. First, a little backstory. I live in Texas, and in February of 2021 we had a major freeze and several days of power outage. It got very cold in my house and fish room, and almost everything died. It was really depressing. My overgrown, vibrant reef became a glass box with a bunch of slime-covered rocks. And the planted tank was just a sand bed with some rocks and sticks. For many months I couldn't look at the fish tanks. I played with my new 3D printer instead. In September of 2021, my kids and family convinced me to put some life back in my tanks. So I spent several weeks tearing down, cleaning, and rebuilding the systems I had. But I didn't stop there. I've added about 20 tanks to the room for breeding and raising fish, growing frags, etc. And here's the fish room today. Many of the tanks that were spread around the house have been moved to the fish room. And I added new racks. One with a 20-gallon frag tank and 13 10-gallon tanks for breeding. And a second rack with smaller tanks, isolation barracks, and a fry raising station, and then a third with a 45 tall for plants. I've been re-adding coral and fish to the reef tank. It'll take a while for them to grow, but it's getting there. When they do, I have a new frag tank to store the trimmed fragments in. The planted tank is coming along much faster. I already need to trim almost weekly. So, I have a new tank to store the trimmings in. Under the planted tank, I culture green water and Tetraselmis phytoplankton. This is fed to the Daphnia and copepod cultures, which can then be fed to the corals or fish fry. If that isn't enough, there's always brine shrimp in their hatcheries. Guppies and other small fish that I wish to breed can be kept in the barracks until paired. The fry can spend their first few weeks in this bin in the fry station, based on the one by Dean from Aquarium Co-op. Older fry get moved to the planted 5-gallon tanks. I have 3 2.5-gallon tanks to raise mystery snails in. Once they get about peanut size, they're moved out to any of the other tanks. The new rack sports 13 10-gallon tanks. 9 of those tanks are for breeding and grow out of fish. At the moment, I'm breeding killifish, Endler's livebearers, and guppies. All of my cherry shrimp died in the freeze. But they've been replaced with blue dream shrimp, which are thriving. And I've recently added 2 new tanks for shrimp, one with green jade, and another with Bloody Mary shrimp. These also serve as breeding tanks for the different colors of mystery snails. Three of the tanks are reserved for quarantine of wild-caught plants, fish, and inverts, and the old one for coral quarantine. And finally, since my fish room's now full, I'm experimenting with some outdoor bins. Daphnia, copepods, guppies, and plants are being tried out outside. It's going well so far, but I have my doubts about how well they'll do in the Texas summer heat. If it continues well, there may be a new shade house or greenhouse on the agenda for next year. And that's all that I've been up to. If interested, there's links in the description to places where I'm selling these fish, shrimps, and snails. This video has been a bit different from my content over the past few years, so please leave me a comment. Tell me what you want to see more of. There are plenty of builds and electronics I can go into detail on. Or, would you be more interested in seeing more of the fish and corals, or breeding processes? Also, click if you like this, it helps me a lot, and subscribe to see more. And until next time, thanks for watching.